are back live again. Listen, hey, well,
I
I'm
gotta,
back.
gotta give people the show.
Yeah,
Lovely.
He's nervous.
this, I am back here at Underground Hittas with the lovely team. Hey, you ready to rock out, man?
Let's get it, man.
All right. So today's topic of discussion is going to be about how do we further better ourselves when it comes down to relationships and dating. How do we handle all the insecurities that we have, and how can we actually set better standards for ourselves while trying to get ourselves together and trying to build a relationship with another person. So, Dave,
I
you got any
believe
thoughts on that?
my own personal thoughts is you gotta take the time with the person that you really with, the person that you the person that you really care about, and the person that you really want to actually build and grow with. You gotta understand that they come with certain passions, they come with certain type of qualities, they come with certain type of insecurities that they aren't truly over. And so with certain things about their looks, their emotions, their presence towards people, they clearly aren't really ready to truly get over them, especially with you, and they want to take time with you. If the person really cares about you, they can you can ask, or you can actually work with them to figure what they have going on if you want them to do that. A lot of people aren't really ready to do that. And I think the biggest problem with certain things is like we hold people to certain standards. But if we hold ourselves to our own standards, only people can really respect that. And the person that really loves you for that, they can work with you behind it.
Okay, so my question to you is, how does the love fully get shown? How is the love shown to you that you know that this person is definitely rocking with you?
Oh, do something nice for them. Do something nice for them. You gotta treat somebody. Everybody needs somebody. Everybody gotta love somebody. So you gotta just truly, actually be genuine. Be genuine with everything. Everybody wanna do something else with someone else's thing. Everybody feel like that just because this person got this person a ring, or this person got this person Rolls Royce. You don't got Rolls Royce money, but you got flower money. So you can go ahead and get something nice for them. Be nice, be kind. Take them out. Treat them the way they want to be treated. And if they want to be treated in certain ways, just go with that. If you can't handle it, then just let them know they can't handle it. And it's up to them how they want to go with it.
So my next question to you is basically, um, what more can you do? Because today's women that we deal with, what more do you think that we can do to further better ourselves, to show them that we're more than just a piece of meat or just somebody to have a good time with? How do we show them our worth?
Love and affection. Just listen to your partner. Listen to the person that you're dealing with. They'll tell you formally, and they'll tell you instinctively. I know a lot of people don't have, like, they ain't no mind reader, but they gonna tell you. They gonna tell you, and at times they gonna show you. So you're gonna have to just go with the person that you doing with. And you can't do it forcefully. You can't do like much of anything through force. It's not gonna work like that. Like a lot of people try to force the intentions that they have for you onto you, and it never really works out. So if you're not moving off of a genuine background or a genuine type of a path, you're not gonna really get far with it.
Man, it's a lot on that one. I feel like my personal problem is that now it's the money is basically the expectation now for everything that like a small portion of women are acting out of men now. Before any type of relationship, before any type of just advancement with anything, it's always about the money first. And I feel like that's a problem because you're taking away from the aspect and the abilities that I can do for you while being with you, rather than just looking at me like, hey, you're an opportunity. Let me do what I gotta do. So how do we make how do we present ourselves a little bit more better than just money all the time?
You gotta like rock with somebody spiritually, mentally, and physically. You have to like treat those aspects like first. But like if you doing it straight off money, that's all it's gonna be about money. If you just want to, if you just want to like get with her in a physical sense, like cool, and she just wants you to rock with you in a sexual sense, you getting what you ask for. Like you have to know what you're getting into before you actually follow through with the relationship. You gotta understand it before you can actually do something with it.
Can I ask something? Since
Yes.
I grabbed a mic. See, here it is. So, courtship isn't always about just being able to talk on the phone, chill out. It is a money aspect. You should be able to court. You should be able to date. Even back in the days when, Jay and Keys' dad was alive, you would take people out on dates. That's a part of showing a woman that you can take care of her. It's a broke man's mentality to say everything is about money. Because when you're looking for a partner, when a woman is looking for a partner in life, you're looking for security and stability. And the only way that a man can usually offer you security, stability, and protection is to be able to take care of you, put a roof over your head, show that he can protect you physically, financially, emotionally. So that's, I think, a part of dating is showing a woman that, yes, I can take care of you.
So my question is, should you I can't speak for Dave, but I know for me personally, that's what that first big challenge is basically like, okay, what are you doing, what you got going for yourself, but that's pretty much it after that. It's like there's no other interest besides let me get what I can about you, which is the financial aspect.
And there's like a lot of females that act like it, but like he's going off of
just the ones I've been.
He's going off of like the aspect of that's generally what all they see. Like that's what he's going off of.
But that's what most women will see.
Okay.
Because that's part of, if I'm going to be married to you, if I'm going to date you long term, can you take care of me and a family?
But and that's understandable. But it also like comes down to I get what you saying, and I also get what he's saying. In my own personal perspective, we both out here grinding, hustling, and we both doing each and everything. And at some point, we come together, we bring this together, and we still make it work. That's more beautiful than just one person picking up after another. That's to me better than just me just doing this by myself and it's all on me. Then if it falls, then like cool, I still got me.
But it's not about just you. It's about, because eventually the monies will come together.
Mm-hmm.
But can you stand on your own? Do you have your own place? Do you still live with your mom? Do you have your own car? Are you taking the bus? I mean, there's a lot of things financially that a lot of men are not prepared to date. Like, why date if you don't have the money to date? Because the crazy thing is that even when Kevin Samuels was talking about high value men, like certain women want high value men when they're not high value females, it's the same thing.
Yes.
So why are you out here trying to date a woman that's above your means if you're not even going to be able to take her out on a dinner or out to a movie, or if it's going to be a problem?
Yeah, but
you're not prepared to date if you can't pay for stuff. You're just not.
Right, and I agree with that. But my thing with that statement is like, you still, and I don't know, in my opinion, because life that I like experience stuff like that, it's more so from a genuine likeness instead of just, that's like the main upfront thing. But I do understand what you're saying as far as the whole security and everything. But why does that have to be the very first thing that you want from me is just strictly money instead of just companionship?
When you go to a networking event,
mm-hmm.
When you're out there networking, just at a networking event, let's just say it's a mixer. When you shake another man's hand, he's going to say, hi, my name is Bob. I do this, this, and this. What do you do? It's the same thing. It's all about networking, finding your match. Because if you already live a certain lifestyle, like I live a certain lifestyle, I'm not going to date somebody that can't provide me the lifestyle at least that I already live now. So I am going to ask those questions. Hi, so what do you do for a living? This is what I do for a living. This is, because you want to make sure that you have a match totally. Being equally yoked doesn't only mean emotionally. It's every aspect of your life. Because most divorces end because of finances. I mean, most divorces happen because of finances. Most marriages end because of finances. So why wait after y'all are married 10 or 12 years when you can just solve that problem from the get-go? Financially, we're not a match.
But you can still have money and you still can have problems with the relationship. That's like what he's saying is like as far as like the financial aspect of something, it shouldn't be the bulk of the relationship.
But
Okay, let's say if I have all this, let's say if I have everything as far as like what you said I have my own car, my own house, my own financial setup to where I can live a certain lifestyle, and let's say this person still steps out of the relationship. Let's say this person still spends money frivolously. Let's say this person still doesn't know how to have financial literacy. Let's say this person still doesn't know how to buy within her means or actually build up to something that can actually be something to where that brings in more money. Why would I still want to deal with this?
that's where courtship comes along.
Okay.
That's where you talk about finances. That's why people want to, that's why it's so important to talk about finances up front, to make sure that you guys are equally yoked financially. But generally, when a man has all his things, when he has a fat bank account, a nice house, a nice car, he's usually the one that's usually will step out of the relationship because he has more choices. Because women are more attracted to the money, the lifestyle, the cars, and so he's more likely to step out of the lifestyle before she is. Because he has the means to.
So basically, money is the overall standard.
Money is an important factor. It's not the standard, but it's a factor. If you're making $100,000 a year, why would you want to date somebody seriously that's 38 years old? Let's say you're 40, 38 years old, but still working a fast food job, but still a cashier at McDonald's. They have no goals, no dreams, no hopes. They're not trying to go to school. They're not trying to better their life. You're already not financially equally yoked. Because this person they haven't, at almost 40, they haven't found a way to improve themselves in life. So, you don't think that's an important conversation? Like, even your future wife, wouldn't you want her to be a certain type of woman so you know that I know all the bills are going to be handled. I know the bills are going to be paid, lights are going to be on, everything's going to be taken care of. You know, she has her own place, so yes, she hasn't been kicked out, her car hasn't been repossessed. You know, like, that's an important thing to talk about.
It is an important thing to talk about, but you already, like, it's like you're saying, you're already setting an expectation onto somebody. Like, you want somebody to expect, you can't expect somebody to like have, when you're dealing with somebody, you can't really say like, hey, you gotta have this and this off back.
They can.
They can say that, but you cannot. You have to literally know everything as far as what they're doing, where they're at, how they still making finances, how they still making money. But everything can fall down in like an aspect, or they can have a rough upbringing, or they're still taking care of family members, or they're still taking care of certain things, and their lifestyle at some point will fade away. So is it my responsibility to still encourage that person, still?
But isn't it our choice? Just like you want to date a woman with certain qualities. You want her to look a certain way. You want her to carry herself a certain way. You want her to be somewhere in life. We want the same thing, and I think it's okay for a woman to say, financially, we're not on the same playing field, so I'm just going to walk away.
Okay.
I mean, it should be fair because, you know, the reason men make money and men go out there and they have that's why these high value men have this certain choice of these women that most people will never be able to obtain, is because they worked hard to get there, right? So they can obtain certain women.
But what makes them high value, the money or the work ethic?
Both.
Yeah.
Most men who are high value have strong work ethic because they own businesses. They're in the top 13% of the men in the world. Their work ethic is strong. You're talking about multimillionaires makes them high value because they have work ethic. You know, so that's the thing. You're never going to see a high value man that's homeless.
Well,
because
I live in Chicago. I done seen a homeless man hop in the Benz before.
But then he's not really homeless. He has a business. His business is you know, lying to make money.
Yep.
So he's still an entrepreneur. Okay? So it's about what kind of what are you doing in life, right? So if you want to attract a certain kind of female, then, or you want a female to not see you a certain type of way, I always feel like maybe y'all feel that, maybe men who feel that way aren't in the place that they want to be in life. So that's why they're frustrated that these women want certain things from them or have certain conversations, because you guys are not exactly where you want to be. Because I have conversations with men, and men who are successful, they don't care that you ask, what can you do for me financially? How, you know, what do you do for work? You know, how often do you work? Like, where do you live? What kind of car do you drive? Men who are successful don't care about that.
But it's always added on requirements. It's like you putting people. It's like I'm not against what you're saying at all. But where the disconnect comes with, it's always new. It's new requirements each year, and that's mostly off of an influence on social media, TV, or just because someone with a high status on social media says that this is the requirement to have. And that's, to me, it's like, that's not really thinking of for yourself. That's thinking on a mental state off of another person.
No, because y'all look at BBLs and y'all like them, and that's all because of social media. I'm just saying that's all because of everybody.
Great.
Okay, even if it's real, but if it's real, y'all want a fat ass, big titties, right? And a small waist, have a job, good hair, long hair. You know, it's like all these things. But it's just like, here's the problem is that when you have somebody, right? Like I'm married.
Mm-hmm.
If I scroll past something on social media that I just say, oh, I like that. A man who's successful says, just go ahead and get it. Like, there's never I don't have a requirement, because people who are successful in life, they just like, just get it. Just grab it. Don't worry about it. You need this? You want that? You can have it. Why are you asking? Just use my card.
What's the success? Well, what success?
I'm talking about when I talk
Financial
about
success.
success.
Okay,
I'm
so
talking
you're
because you're saying there's always a requirement to do more.
Yes.
Because there's always another way to. You always want a different lifestyle. I start looking at a house, and he starts looking for houses, just because I'm looking at a house.
Okay.
You know, so that's the thing. You have to be ready to live up to certain standards if you're going to have a full-time woman.
But that's personal standard. You can't have no one else actually look at. You can't have no one else saying, I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna get up off of this person's standards because he sets this standard. They don't even set standards for themselves. So most of these women don't set standards for themselves. They set standards, and these men too. I ain't gonna just generalize it. People don't even set standards for themselves. They want other people to set standards for them, so they can be seen as a certain way to people.
And just to, I'm sorry, but just to clarify, we're basically talking about the age group that we're in. So between the 23 all the way up to 30, this is the age bracket and frustrations that we do currently have, where it's like,
I don't got no frustrations.
Okay, well, more so for me, my frustration is that that's the first basis of the combo. There's nothing else. There's not like a genuine interest or like a genuine care. There's more so like, I'll say for instance, I'll put this out there. Okay, so one of my classmates, right? One of my classmates responded to a Facebook Messenger literally like the other day. Then out of the blue for no apparent reason, never layered on anything, never said that I had anything. Literally out the blue, just asked me, hey, do you mind cash apping me $15?
That's people say that her account got hacked. Because I get that all the time.
You get that all the time?
Yeah, and it's people's accounts getting hacked. That's the first sign that somebody's account got hacked.
Man, look,
But the thing is that you don't realize. I mean, I've been dating since I was married since I was 20, and this man went out and made sure he got his degrees to make sure he can afford a lifestyle for me. You know, so it's like, I think it just depends on where you are in life. People your age, y'all really shouldn't be dating until you are in your mid-30s, because that's when men are more financially stable and more financially ready to actually have a girlfriend.
But that's still off of someone else's standard.
No, this is life. Yeah. This is life. So we're gonna go to a break real quick. Dex, you want to take us out?
Yes. We will be back, guys, and things are already getting hot and spicy. So stay tuned. We'll definitely be back.
Pole Fitness for Women, and I am an active psychologist at the moment. I'm out here doing work for our youth, and that's basically what I be up to.
Okay. So we're going to piggyback on the topic that we discussed before the break. Topic basically was Gabby, especially as a successful woman as yourself. What do you look for towards a man, especially with finances?
So most definitely, you have to have your finances together because, I mean, like finances is like part of the equation, but first and foremost, I'm gonna add to the finance part. But I definitely look for a man to know who he is first before we want to step into the finances. I mean, finances come along with it. So if you don't know who you are, you don't know what you want out of life, you don't got no goals, no ambition, you waiting for something to fall out the sky, you don't know what to tell me, you can't lead, you can't think, then we have a problem. But definitely financially, you have to have your finances in order because I can't be paying all the bills 100% all the time. I mean, it's okay. Like, I understand sometimes we do fall, sometimes we do lack, and maybe one day, if that ever happens, I can help him. But if I'm the main provider, that's not really what I'm looking for in my relationship. I mean, I don't know for everybody else, but me paying 100% of the bills, or he always like, oh, my money ain't right, it's looking funny, that's a problem for me.
Okay, I can respect that. Dave, you got any, you want to elaborate any further on that?
That's what I say, like what I say. Shit, come together. Shit, if you got your own situation set up to where, alright, cool, I got what I got taken care of. You got what you got taken care of. We come together. That's how we make everything made. That's how, to me personally, that makes everything better because if we leave outside of a relationship, neither one of us is gonna be dependable on anybody else. We still stand 10 toes on our own. So the finance point really isn't. I get it. I understand it. But I don't feel like that should damper a relationship just because somebody hits a rough patch financial. I really don't think that, but that's understandable. To each his own. Everybody got their own personal opinion, but it is what it is.
Yo. Can I chime in?
Let's hear it.
Go ahead, brother. You already got your mic on.
All right. So look, I want to ask y'all, like, do y'all want to be married, like, down the line? I'll start with you, Dave. Like, do you want to be married?
Yeah, one day.
Okay, Gabby.
So to me, if it happens, it happens. But that's not really like a goal. Like, yes, I want to be married, and this is what I want.
Okay.
It generally is what it is with me.
Okay, Dex.
If God permits me to, I will do so.
But the want, do you want?
Right, do you want it?
Deep down, yes, I do. Because I know that that's what I grew up on. There's countless examples in my family on both sides of the spectrum.
So yes, right? Yes. Do. Okay. All right. So I'm going to ask the guys, like, what do you think your role in the marriage would be as a man?
Emotional keeper.
The provider.
The provider?
Yeah.
And you said emotional keeper.
Yes.
Do you know what provide entails?
Yes.
What,
yes, I do.
What does it entail?
I don't understand. I understand everything we talked about. I understand.
But like, it doesn't mean like I bring 50%. I bring 100% or 80%. You should be ready.
The only thing why I have is the only thing that I actually got as far as I get it, I understand it. I can handle certain things on my only challenge is is it just on me? Is it just if I slip up one time, because that's what happens. Everybody gonna have a day. It might be a day. Everybody gonna have one of them days. I know how to get back up for me. If you don't mentally know how to get up for yourself, and you dependable on me to do it for you, that's not something that anybody should do.
But how many times are we talking about slipping up? Because that means like are you being irresponsible with your money? Like what would cause you to slip up then?
Anything. This pandemic been a motherfucker.
No, but I mean, but you said, but that's general. But I'm talking about if you said if I slip up. So what could cause a slip up? Did you lose your job? Did you get behind on your car note because you bought a pair of shoes? Like what caused you to financially slip up? Because that would determine everything.
It'd be bad investment.
Can I add to this?
Yeah.
So, to piggyback off the question, what is a provider? So, I expect for a man to provide for me mentally, spiritually, financially, physically, And then I say mentally, because if you are not aligned in those 5 areas, how can you show it for me? So if you are not, even for yourself, before I'm even in an equation, if you can't sit by yourself and be aligned in those 5 areas, you're going to slip up. And that's okay. I'm not saying like, okay, you're going to have a bad day, this, and all of that other stuff. That's cool. But for me to want to be in your life, you can't be leading me into the deep end because you want to show up yourself. Like, what kind of sense does that make? And then it's just, you know,
to me, that's vice versa, though.
What do you mean?
Well,
that's like,
oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
so like to me, that's vice versa, because like if that's the same situation as far as somebody else like coming into my life and I'm supposed to require, and I'm already coming required. I have to take care of this, and this.
So
you should yourself though.
that's the problem I see a lot, and correct me if I'm wrong. Like, men feel like as soon as a female comes into the equation, is provide. Oh, I just want money. I just want you to do this. I want you to take care of me. Oh, what I'll slip up, I want you to fix all of that. Like, no, that is not what I feel like most women come in a relationship like. I want you to just, I'm gonna sit back and relax and enjoy the show, basically. And it's like, no. Do I feel like a man was put on this earth to provide for me 100%? No, because of the things, that's what I think you're trying to say. Just like you have to make way in all of those 5 areas, I do too. I have to be with myself spiritually, physically, financially in those areas too. I can't want a man and I can't show up for myself either. So is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah,
or?
that's what I was trying to say.
Okay.
$1 million answer. $1 million answer.
So I was gonna say, like, when it comes to the whole marriage setup, you are the head of the household. Everybody's looking at you to provide everything. So if you slip up,
The
hey,
household falls.
yes.
But that goes with everybody teaching it. It's been families that's been able to make family businesses where everybody actually contributing, everybody actually hustling.
But you're still the leader.
Yeah.
They're still looking at you because
Yeah.
you're the man.
Because my role as a housewife is I'm supposed to take care of home, make sure the bills are paid, make sure the kids are clean, make sure everybody's fed. You know, I mean, it's a job in itself.
And you have your own. You have your own financial.
I have my husband.
Okay. So you have like with the husband. You all. May I ask? You have your own accounts for certain things.
No, we have one account.
One account.
So, and then that's another thing about marriage in general, because, you know, I read about this stuff, I study this stuff. Marriage is an obligation. It is a set of rules. It's a set of laws that you have to abide by. So, a lot of us say we want marriage. A lot of us say we want to be married and we want this and we want that. But you have to literally know what marriage is and what comes with that. If you don't know what marriage is really about, because it's way beyond providing. Like she said, I cook, I clean. That's stuff you do. If you don't want to do that, if you don't want to provide for a woman, you don't want marriage. If that's not what you want to do. If you don't want to be 100%, you don't want it. So it's other options, and that's why, like, I talk about marriage a lot. There's other options that you can explore other than marriage. You can have whatever type of relationship you want. It's just not about marriage. You don't have to be married. And then that's why I feel like a lot of marriages fall, because we have these unrealistic expectations, because we look at the other person to fulfill what we're looking for, then the other person falls short, and we look like, okay, what happened? Because you weren't aware of what was really required of you from the beginning. You just assumed.
Because when I made that statement as far as like falling short, a lot of people, if you fall short once, they gone. So it's like everybody won't.
Okay, like, what is falling short? Like, because
let's say if a bill late.
No, that's okay. But
It's if its lights are cut off. That's
right, and there we go. Or you didn't gamble the house away, something crazy like that.
Right.
Yes, I'm going to leave.
That's not one. If you stupid enough to gamble the house away, you just need to go away yourself. But all that.
But that happened.
It does.
Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
No.
As far as it's like I see a lot of stuff like everybody want shit instant. It's like with fast food, home cooked food a little bit better for you. It's good. It takes time. It takes effort. Puts love into it, and it's good for you. Fast food is just instant. It look good. Shit not good for you. So everybody wants things instant. But I mentioned before, maybe we should go like a little bit further when we're older. It takes time. It gets mature. It becomes better for you. You get better understanding about relationship, better understanding about finances, better understanding about people. then it's better for us. But it's always going to be skewed because everybody sees everything instant. Like everything isn't. You have people that say like everything's not the same no more. It's not traditional because
But that's why I was saying I don't think if you're not financially ready, financially, emotionally, physically, all those things, all these things that people need, if you're not ready, if you don't have that, if you're not ready to give all of that to somebody, then why even go out there and date somebody? Because you have to be ready because you never know if that's going to turn into something serious.
And this, I'm sorry, this is another thing. Like when you link up with the right person, that girl gonna make you be a man. She gonna make you level up. Because you're gonna want to do it because you love her that much.
That too, but I want to do that for me because I love me that much too. I want to do that because it's just
Touche.
But they bring a different, different dynamic out of you.
Exactly. They bring a whole nother dynamic out of you.
But before you even go into dating, I think the problem with dating nowadays is that people don't take the time to love themselves and know themselves before they get in. But it's still the same thing. If you're not ready to take care of somebody financially, emotionally, physically, all those things, because if you're not even taking care of yourself that way, don't try to bring somebody else into your mess.
I agree. Because that goes back to just traditionalism. Like, we look back at what our grandma did, our grandfathers did, marriage. So we just had this idea of marriage, and this is what it's supposed to be. But nobody ever gave me game or sat me down and talked to me about, you got to know yourself, you got to love yourself physically, spiritually. Nobody ever told us this. So we just looked at them like, okay, this is what I want. Okay, what does that consist of?
I mean, I was raised by three Southern women, so they brought the hustle. I mean, I didn't necessarily. I always knew, like, I don't wait for nobody. I don't wait for anybody. I'm always thinking. I'm always trying to get to the next level in my life. But that's all me. I was raised. That's like you say. You was raised. I bet no one told you that. But
my parents is married. I come from a married line of people, successful marriages, and it's like, and it's interesting for me because you would think I would want to be married. That's something I want, but it's like if it happens, it happens. If it don't, I'm okay with that. But it's just marriage is so much more than what we make it. It sounds good. It looks pretty. It looks like that's the life we want. But once you really dip and dab and you really look at marriage for what it is, it's a lot more challenging than what we want to believe it to be. And I feel like a lot of us don't want to put in the work to figure it out.
Exactly.
That's what I was trying to iterate at the first time. Like people don't want to work. People don't really want to work with it. They just want to say, hey, cool, you on this last strike, and it's like you on your first and your last strike, so you just want to be done with it. My mom, she was married to my pops. They never got a divorce. A divorce costs way more than a marriage and a wedding and setup. She said marriage is like a business, and when I saw it like that, there's no love behind that shit. There's no love behind that. So that's where I'm at now. It's what the marriage is what you and the other person make it. It's not.
It costs $25 to get divorced at the courthouse.
Really?
$25 to file the paperwork.
My friend just got
It don't cost. It costs the man more in a divorce than a woman because now he has kids. Now you have to figure out child support. But it does not. It costs $25 to go file the paper and say we're just gonna take care of ourselves.
It don't fall back on you all though.
But you can say I don't want to file for child. You could say a woman could say I don't want to put him on child support. He could say I don't want to pay child support. They can agree to these things. $25 and you sign the paper.
This is still off of older aspect versus a younger aspect.
But
that happens now.
But I'm telling you fact. No, it's
fact.
fact.
That is fact.
But I'm telling you, it doesn't cost you. It doesn't cost much unless people want to go to court. But if it's all yours anyway, because you bought everything, you paid for everything, she's losing, not you.
But the playing field not even though.
It is. But if you're providing 100%, David, then she comes away with nothing because it's your house, your cars, your bills, your everything. Unless you live in an alimony state, and I don't believe Illinois is an alimony state.
No.
It's not.
So you don't pay for shit. You're thinking about California laws where you have to take care of the woman and keep up her lifestyle until the day she dies. But it's not like that in Illinois. You file the paperwork and it's done. It doesn't cost anything.
Okay.
So it's like that's why it's so important that you know all these things. Like she's saying, know everything before you get into a serious relationship, or before you even talk marriage, because you'll have a mindset of what somebody else told you, and then it's not true. It's not fact unless you do your own research and you be like, okay, maybe I do need a prenup. Maybe I do need this. Maybe I do need that. And then that's a whole other conversation.
I honestly respect that because I didn't even know that. So I respect that, and I hear, and I'm going to listen to what you said because your husband is truly lucky because I ain't never heard nobody say. All I know is like, if you leave, I want half.
They're not gonna get.
I want half. I want the car. I want the engine. I want the steering wheel, motherfucker. All that. It's like, but it's off of an aspect of like how we was raised. Like we not. I understand like. This three, like right here, we real young and we still
Mature.
anxious and still want more out of life. But it's a lot of people that not. It's a vast majority of people that are at this age. They just go off what they told. I don't really go off everything of what I'm told.
Research.
Question.
I do that myself.
Question. Hey, Gabby, would you be the type that want half of everything in a divorce?
She won't have.
No, sir, because I'm working for everything that I feel like I deserve. I don't have to take half from you. You come with what you came. I come with what I have, and that's it. I don't want nothing from you. I don't need nothing from you. For what? I want to make your life miserable or feel like that's just basically revenge, or you just got. I don't want to say bitter, but you just feel some type of way. So it's like, let me play get back, and I don't got time for none of that.
So let's say you helped him get to where he is now.
Congratulations, sir.
So you still don't?
This is me. She's my spirit animal. Because I walked away from everything. I walked away from a multi-million-dollar house plus 2 businesses.
Yeah.
Walked away.
For what?
Walked away, and I didn't want anything. Things don't matter to me.
Yeah, you reach a place in your life literally where it doesn't matter. Your piece is worth so much more than dealing with getting half. You don't care.
Why fight?
So, literally, why? And then I'm gonna have to keep hearing from you. I don't want to hear from you. I gotta keep going to court. I don't want to go to court. I don't want to wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning to see you about the car. I don't want to. I don't got time for none of that.
Okay.
So continue to wait. Congratulations if I did help you. I ain't gonna say you're lucky, but it was meant for me to help you in that way. And that's
real.
it.
And the rest is on you now.
And God is going to take care of you after that.
There are guys, there are women out there like that. Every female ain't,
Because
the petty
me and
type.
him personally know, we personally know some that.
But y'all need to find a more mature woman
yes.
though.
I won't.
A woman that's mature, but y'all have to get past the physical though.
I was just about to say that.
It's the physical that traps y'all.
It's the age too though, because everybody, I could be 25. A lot of people have told me I'm a little bit more mature than my age, but it's people that's 40 that still act like kids. It's people that's 60, 50.
I got married at 20 my first time.
I
was ready. It's just finding the woman that meets your maturity level.
Yeah.
Y'all, sometimes looks get in the way of all it. When y'all talked about social media earlier, social media influences a lot of the women that y'all pick.
I want to encourage discipline too. We gotta be disciplined. Sexual discipline is a thing. Sitting with yourself, being alone sometimes is a thing. You don't always gotta have sex. You don't always have to be in somebody's face. You don't always need that physical attraction. You don't always have to be around somebody to feel fulfilled. I be around people like, oh, I gotta have somebody. I can't be without. That is a problem. You have to be able to sit alone in solitude and be comfortable with yourself. Because when you sit alone in solitude, you come up with a lot of answers, and you do become closer with yourself, and you fix a lot of your problems that you honestly felt like you didn't know how to solve, but you end up learning how to solve them and figuring yourself out more so.
Okay. Gabby, hold that thought. Guys, we will definitely be right back. Keep it to me. Enjoy our therapy sessions with you, man. I really do.
It's not no therapy. This is just actual.
I love our therapy sessions, my dude. I can't lie to you. We need to do a reality show about you, everything, man. Okay, so this last segment that we're gonna. What'd you say?
I want 100 million, like me.
Yeah, look, you get 100 mil, ain't nothing discreet. You ain't get no privacy. Michael Jackson style, no privacy. Anyway, so this next topic we're going to talk about is standards. Now, standards basically is just your self-respect, your love for yourself, everything else up under the sun. But my question that I want to ask to everybody here, what are your standards and what do standards mean to you?
So I definitely know my standards. I know what I want. I know what I want out of myself, and I know what I want out of a relationship. So
What do you want?
what do you want? So I want somebody that can definitely think logically, that can definitely lead, that's compassionate, that's not selfish. The list could go on and on, but I'm also aware of my standards, and I'm not going to ask nobody else to do anything that I can't provide for myself, for number one. Number two, if I see that you are not meeting my standards in the beginning, I am not going to entertain you. I am going to drop you, and I'm going to stop. Because I see a lot of times we like to continue like, it's a red flag, I'm going to stay and see what happens. No. Drop it. We're done. Ain't no point. I could go do something else. There's a lot of stuff I could be doing that mess with you trying to figure this out. We're done.
That's deep.
Man.
So cut off that quick, huh, Gabby?
Cut off. We're done. Ain't no thinking about it. Ain't no thinking about it at all. People come, people go. I mean, dating is the process. You're not gonna meet the first person and get with the first person you date. It's a process. You have to be willing to be, I don't want to say committed to the process, but being open to different people and just being realistic about stuff. Like, it's not like, I met you today, I'm thinking about marriage, and because you're showing interest in me, like, I'm only talking to you because it's just you, and like, no. That's how you get set up for failure a lot of times.
Okay, so let me ask you this, rebuttal, and then Dave after you. How do you deal with people that don't let go or that don't know how to let go of a past relationship that's just not there anymore? How do you learn to let go? Gavin?
How do you learn to let go?
Yeah. How do you learn to let go? Because situation that I've been through and currently going through, this person does not know how to let go, even though there's nothing there anymore.
Stop answering the phone.
Yeah,
Stop
block
talking
them.
to this person.
I've done
Stop
this.
entertaining this person. Would they pop up at your house?
Yes.
Wait a
Call the
minute.
police.
Hold on. Wait.
911.
Somebody popped up. Who popped up at your
Restraining
house,
order.
Dex? Who popped up at your house, Dex? Come on.
Federal. But,
No.
I give you initials. It's BR.
Oh my God.
How old are you, Gabby?
26.
Okay. She said restraining orders, block buttons. Because if you're not successfully blocking somebody out of your life, you don't really want them to be out of your life.
This is true. And I'm sure you answering the phone every time. It's okay. We just don't have what we used to anymore. But I'm pretty sure you're entertaining those conversations.
You singing Ray
If
J,
you
Dex?
are, you say what?
Dex, you singing Ray J?
No, I'm not.
Where's your head of man?
I'm not singing no Ray J. I ain't doing none of that. It's at a point for me where mentally I can't entertain the fathom of what it is and what it used to be, but this person does not want to let go. I have blocked, I have stopped answering calls, but because we are within like a close circle, I'm always going to give back some type of news. I'm always going to get told something about this person that still, yet at the end of the day, they just keep finding their way back. So I got to a point where now, like especially in my life, I used to, trust me, everybody here pretty much knows, I used to cut off almost any and everybody, but I got to a point where when I started doing that, it wasn't beneficial to me no more. And it's like, for some reason, those people that did want to reach out to me, whatever caused the case that it was,
I have a question.
I just started answering the phone for them.
I have a question.
Yep.
So when you knew you were done with this person, did you continuously still see this person? But you knew you were done, but you kept seeing this person.
No, because during that time, there was a lot of emotion still left in it. So I didn't get to that point till I started seeing other women. So by the time I mentally got there and was like physically, financially ready to entertain somebody new, that's what I did.
Did you, when people call you to tell you gossip about it, do you listen to it or you say like, I don't want to hear it?
I
Depends on who the person is.
But see, but you want to hear it. So then they're saying, well, I talked to Dex about you. And then she's like, oh, really? What'd he say? So you did that yourself.
Oh.
Yeah. And that happens a whole lot.
Yeah, and yes, I will admit, most of the dirt that I end up doing, it does come on me. I do understand what it is. I know what roles that I pretty much play.
So you weren't ready to let her go. So you can't say it's her fault.
No. I play the bigger
Because you
role
entertain it. The more you entertain it, you can't say that you want her to be gone.
That's true.
Because everything you're showing her is you want her to be there.
And she emotionally thinking. You ain't showing her like, I don't want you to be here. And she like, okay, we gonna keep playing the same games because that's what he's allowing. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna show up at his house because I can. And that's one thing I don't do. You ain't gonna pop up at my house. I don't know how that happens. Maybe I can help me, but one thing I am not putting up with is a man feeling like he could come to my house. If he comes to my house, bad things will happen. And that's going to be the last time you think about coming to my house.
So
a dog and a shotgun.
So
yes, ma'am.
Oh, man.
If you come up to the house, she will shoot you.
I'm not saying I'm going to shoot you, but there's going to be some type of repercussions so that you're not coming back.
Dave, I seen that scenario play out right in front of my face.
Well, why don't you have a restraining order if it's that serious?
Is
because you want her to be there.
Wait a minute.
I done had
Hold on.
This is the thing. I done had a homie.
yes.
I went to MP, so I ain't gonna say his name. He lived right across this. He lived in a situation where like his BM6, she was pregnant at the time. He told his folks don't let her in. This man told me they would let her in every single time.
Oof.
And I was just sitting here like, they bogus as hell. They don't. They bogus as hell. They should have most definitely.
Then he should have moved out.
If it's that serious, if he wants somebody going that bad, and to go back on what he just said, he don't want to hurt her feelings.
Then you still care.
And that's the thing. If you really, I don't care what it is.
Put into this.
I don't care. I was married for 13 years, and I haven't talked to him in forever.
That's why we like you.
But the thing is like when you're done with somebody, you're done. You're not done because you're still hoping that door is open.
Hold on.
I don't want the door to
You
be
do
open.
want it open because you're worried about her feelings. With somebody that you have shut the door on and closed the chapter on, you ain't worried about nobody's feelings.
Hold on, Dex. Who the hell is you talking about? Because you told me about most of your exes. I don't know nothing about this one.
Most. It's like that.
I ain't got no exes.
Man, federal. That's all I'm ever saying.
You brought it
The
up.
initials were BR. You don't know somebody BR.
Where somebody show up to your crib, though.
That's him.
People show up to your crib. Nobody showed up to my crib. But, I mean, girls show up to male's crib all the time.
It don't matter.
Males show up to female's crib all the time.
Well, like, is the hunching that good to come up to somebody's crib?
I don't know. A lot of people like the idea of control. A lot of people like I'm going to scare her to get what I want. It could be a lot of different reasons. And it happens all of the time.
Men, y'all go crazy when we actually finally say we're done. Y'all put us through a bunch, and then when we finally say we're finished, and we actually cut y'all off, that's when y'all start showing up.
But that's the point that I'm looking forward to, because I'm looking forward to, man, you finally got somebody else. Leave me alone.
No, you're not, because you have not gotten a restraining order yet. You still care about this girl's feelings. But you still care about her feelings.
You don't want the person to go to jail. Me, I'm calling.
First of all, if they're showing up at my house,
if I see a brick in my car, if I see some shit at my door, I'm calling the police like I'm 6'9".
This is some new age. These are some new age people, right? So you might. What about the guy that showed up to his girlfriend's house, didn't know that she was living with her baby daddy or something, and he got killed? This is new age stuff. You don't know what could happen. She could show up, she could be going to your house, dating somebody else. He's thinking that she's creeping with you, and then you end up dead because this man has been following her while she's creeping at your house. Like, no. People ain't gonna show up at my house. Shotgun to the face with the dog coming out the door.
Baby, you won't come back no more. It's not happening.
But you don't. Somebody got killed on live the other day because somebody said don't go into their house, and they ran into this person's house and they shot him.
Oh my God. I think you stupid for showing up somebody's crib anyway. Like, why would you do that? You don't know what I got in my house when I'm coming at you with. How you gonna come to my crib?
Because they know Dex still cares.
Exactly.
So that's why they could still show up.
So Dex, wait. Hold on. Dex, you still in your feelings? That's what you saying?
Yes.
Just say yes. Don't go the long way. Just
Yes.
You still in your feelings?
You sitting at home.
When you spend years, dude, it's different. It's different.
What's the difference? Whoa. What's the difference? I'm trying to figure that out. What's the difference?
Back then I was a fool.
No, I mean the biggest difference is you build more than just a bond and a relationship with somebody. It's more dang near a soulmate at that point.
So you still connected? That's what you said.
I was gonna be connected. I mean, physically, emotionally,
And that's
whatever.
the problem right there.
That's
your problem.
You know what? You really need to take some alpha classes because you're moving in a way that men should not move.
Yeah.
You should be done. It's cut off. Like you chasing a woman, it's just.
No, I ain't doing no chasing.
No, you're not letting her go. It's the same difference. So you're leaving a door open to be chased, and you not chasing her away. Come on now.
So what are you looking for in a relationship? Y'all trying to get back together or?
No one wants to get. Well, she wants to get back together, but I don't.
So what are you still holding on to?
I'm not holding on to anything.
But how would you even know she wants to get back together? You having conversations?
Because because just like how with you being married, you know this person like the back of your hand. You know they.
Are you having conversations?
Yes.
That's your problem. You're not done. You keep saying you don't want to be with her, but you're not closing the door. You're giving her mixed signals. Either be done with her or be with her. But don't give her mixed signals.
Dexter say you like toxic shit.
Because you talking to her is saying that there's still a possibility. There's still a chance. That's how we process things.
But the question I was as far as like chase, so do you think that men should chase women?
A man who wants a wife, he finds a good wife.
He who finds the wife.
Answering the question that I asked.
That is though, because if you want a woman and you think she's quality, why wouldn't you go after her?
Oh, I've done that, but like it's off the simple fact that like, alright, cool. If a person says no, should I still keep going?
If she don't want you, no, go.
And you see she don't want you. You see this,
If she
but
not
it's like
answering
I'm
calls,
gonna keep pushing. That's
if she only talks to you when she's lonely, she don't really want you. You're just a space filler.
Okay.
You're just a space filler. But if every time you text, she texts right back, she probably wants you.
Or she texts you first.
Or she answers calls. You can call her in the middle of the night. It don't matter. She's picking up. But if she's like, if it's like you text her, if you text her today and she answers you next week, she don't want you.
What about within 5 seconds?
You even know better. You even grin because you just wanna prove a point of a girl you like.
Nah.
Go get your
Everybody like me.
He needs to write his own book. He needs his own documentary. He needs everything. I'm curious about this man's life. I really do.
Just a question for the males. Like, do y'all feel like y'all quality of who y'all choose be on point? Because I feel like a lot of the time the quality be below standards.
And they complain.
That is true. Y'all do complain.
Hey, can I answer that?
It's like one thing went left, and then I thought it was gonna go right, and keep going left. So that's why it happened, like the way it happened.
Interesting.
I would say yes to that question because most of the time there hasn't been any at least woman that I haven't found worthy enough. Well, not worthy per se, but just more so. Just more. Don't look at me like that, Wiz. But just more so worth of my time, basically. So most of the ones that I do end up choosing is more quality. It's more quality than anything. So I just want to just put myself with it.
Listen, I'm gonna answer that. I'm gonna honestly say hell no.
That's honest. That's real honest.
Well,
I'm saying yes.
Well, with some of them, I know for a fact that was driven by love. So I knew I was. Yeah, that wasn't.
But I think
right
too.
decision.
Are you dating within your level means?
Yes, I haven't with trust me, I haven't won nothing outside of my tax bracket. I haven't won nothing that's.
But even when we're talking about levels, kind of what she's saying. Are you dating women that are even up to your standard?
So let me.
Yeah.
Because there's different levels. I mean, a lot of us can't date 5, 10 brackets above where we should be, right? So we're trying to reach unrealistic goals. But are you at least dating women that meet you on the same plane?
Yeah, because most of the time the women that I do end up talking to or dating, they always have a little more hustle going on than I do, or they actually are right at the same level that I'm building at. So most of the time, those are the ones I end up having the most best relationships with because of that.
Not really.
So,
Because you're still not with them.
So let me ask. Cool. I can admit that at times my taste is some shit, but
Lust.
Yeah, lust
to me, like I'm
all
like,
the time.
I'm at like 50% with that. That's not most of the time now. I don't really go off of just because you look pretty. I tell most of you don't know. Also, just because you look pretty, you ain't.
But what number scale is pretty for you?
What does that have to do?
Like
She
your
believes
ex.
in ratings.
Like your
She believes
ex.
in ratings.
No, everybody believes in ratings.
I
When
don't
you
know,
when first of all, when you come across somebody, you can tell if they're a 2 or if they're an 8.
Mhm.
It because we have eyes. Everything, your first meeting, when you first size somebody up, it's all based on physical. So for somebody to say like you don't base dating off of looks is a lie.
That is true.
Because you will not date somebody that's a booger wolf.
No, of
Well,
course
I mean some of us wouldn't. But
Oh.
but what I'm saying is that
Nah.
but in its first meeting is when you is the why are y'all looking at me? But if you're gonna speak honestly, everything is based first on physical because
Yes.
that's you have to get past the physical in order to see if you want to have something further. So your ex, what was she number
Hit us on
wise?
cut, man. Hit us on cut.
I was a side thing. I done had like women that were interested, but it was always just like some teasing type stuff. Every time I went out, I moved as if like, alright, cool, I see something that's like I want to build with you. I want to be a part of you. I actually want to rock with you. I actually want to be something for you. I actually want to be something for myself first. But I never like been into the type of a time where I had an ex that say like, they broke me down or made me this way. I thought like this for years. Cause like I've seen a lot. I've seen like a lot. Like living like 25, cool, but seen a lot between being a college athlete, being a high school athlete, me having other talents. I've seen a lot.
Where were you comfortable dating at?
Where am I comfortable dating at?
In your dating scale, where are you comfortable dating
I
at?
want to hear this.
Yeah, you know what it is.
I'm dead. You know I'm from like a 10. I would say because I know what I acquire and require, and for me, honestly, where I am right now, all across the board, I would say 6.57 because
Oh.
I still.
That's kind of low.
It's not low.
No, I didn't say low. You even Jason.
That's kind of low. I was
Well, no,
expecting a
'cause
higher
out of 10,
number.
No, because seven is
10 is perfect.
7 is
I know,
above
yeah, yeah.
average. 7 is way above average.
6 and 7 is above average.
It's above average. She doesn't want somebody that's bringing half the table. You at least have to have 3/4 of that.
And on top of that, I'm still growing. I'm still figuring myself out. I'm still
Touche.
adding knowledge. I'm still researching.
Touche.
I'm
So
still
7 is
adding.
good.
I'm still adding. So I can't be like, I want a perfect 10 because I feel like I want a 10. That's unrealistic. And then I get to a 10 and be like, what the fuck is this? Like, because I wanted to jump to a 10. I still got to figure a lot of stuff out. But to add to it, I feel like, not man in the room, but just in general, I feel like a lot of males expect so much from females. Ain't get nowhere with no mama's boy.
I cook
What's
myself. I clean myself. I do all that God because they taught me this. I can take care of myself. That's not my problem. Ain't myself. My problem is I have to manage everyone else's situation.
Then the problem is you then.
Wow.
Because you want to take on everybody else's problems. That's your problem.
But isn't that what you just told
No,
me?
but
isn't it-
no,
isn't
I
that-
said
isn't
you
that the
could
same?
have done that instead of moving back home,
I could have.
right? So I said that's what you could have done instead.
Yeah.
But your problem is you're not Captain Save a Hoe, not Captain Save a Family, not Captain Save everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So what's going to end up happening is your life will be at detriment because you're so concerned about everybody else's life, especially grown ass people's lives that should be able to take care of themselves by now.
Absolutely. But with that being said, one, I don't throw everybody on the bus. it's things that happen. Everything changes. Your mindset now is not what's going to change. It's not going to stay the same. Everybody's mindset, just like age, it always changes. My mindset's not going to be the same today. It might not be the same tomorrow.
You need to start living for you, sir. Through you, for you, by you, only you.
Because I think, and sometimes people use other people's problems as a way to handicap themselves, so they can just be like, you know. But you don't see, and you can disagree all you want, but I think once you sit down and take some real meditation time to think about yourself, you'll see that, because a lot of people can see stuff from the outside, from just conversations that's coming out of you. These are your own thoughts, your own feelings. And so we're just assessing what you're saying, right? Because this is your thoughts. And so when you want to use, well, I had to help them, and this is why I'm not where I'm at. Because I had to do this is not where I'm at. Because I had to come back, I did live on my own, but I had to do this is why I'm not where I'm at. You use them as your excuse bucket. I'm not where I need to be because of I had to do this for other people. So you're always going to have an excuse if you don't figure out how to take care of yourself first. Stop letting everybody else be your crutch. Stop having everybody else be the reason that you're not where you're at. Because when they're gone, you're not going to be, what are you going to say then?
Isn't those the combos that we be having now?
It may look selfish, but they'll get with the program. It's like, okay, we can't depend on him no more because he's thinking about himself, and they gonna figure it out for themselves. They feel like they don't have to because they got you to do that. So every time I know he's gonna show up. Once you stop, they'll figure it out for themselves. And like I said, people gonna hate you. You're gonna lose friends, family members. They gonna feel whatever way they want to, and that's okay. But at the end of the day, as long as you content with what you're doing, that's all that matters, because you gotta sit with yourself. You can't always run to people, like you said, Captain Save Captain Save my family, because at the end of the day, where's that getting you?
Boy, y'all got his wheels turning. Look at him.
But how are you helping them? Because you're giving them a handicap as well, because you're always going to be there to save them. You're always going to be there to bail them out. You're always going to be there to help them. They're never going to learn how to take care of themselves if you keep doing it.
Seems like you're willing to.
Yeah, I'm gonna take your money. If you want to take care of somebody else, hey, I got a phone bill that's due in 2 weeks. But I'm just saying.
And on that note, Nikki, we'll just have to save it for the next one. Hey, I told you we need to do a whole documentary on this, man. We got him. But you guys wanna?
She's a psychologist. He needs therapy.
And that's why we keep putting them in the middle.
I want to see your restraining order first.
Nah.
You gonna see that?
Nah.
I'm dead.
I'm like OJ. Like OJ Simpson. No restraining orders. No restraining orders.
That ain't good, so you gonna kill her?
No. We all know he didn't do it. Gloves don't fit, you must have quit, right?
Shit.
Well, if his hand be like this.
Well, on that note, can we get socials, my good people, and where everybody can find you guys at?
You can follow me on IG, just a kid from Walcott, and TikTok. I'll be singing on there. The old show 97.
For sure. You can find me on Instagram at love_plus_drugs. Your favorite pole colleges, pole artists, psychologists.
When your next pole club?
Men are not allowed in my space when I dance. It's only for women.
Okay.
To help them.
Make you work harder, don't it?
It makes something harder.
Anyway, you guys can find me on Facebook at Dex Jarman, Instagram _NGA_Dex. Trust me. Oh, and YouTube as well. And the name of it is No Gray Area Podcast with Dex. Just as there's a lot of other no gray areas out there. But thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate my lovely two people.
Hey.
And we out.
It's hot in here.
Because you can't have the fans
I
on.
want